Alrighty guys, good morning and welcome back to another single player episode. Last time we were playing, we had just started skidding a whole bunch of wood down from up top, and we were moving some shorts around. We cut a whole bunch of new longs, and I think we'll just kind of continue off from there. I was going to go back to the forwarding area, but I'm thinking I'm just going to continue on this block for this video because I'm having a good time here, so we're going to do that. So, if I remember correctly last time, we were pulling some of that wood that we had just cut off the hill. Oh yeah, we just cut out the tail end. The tail end of all those trees where we were wrapping our loads into, so we will just continue off there, maybe clean up some of this wood off the hill, make a pile down there. It's a bit of a long trek up here, so I tried to make the piles as big as possible where I could, so that it was kind of worth the drive, so to speak, up here. But I don't think I would be able to get a long logger up here, so a long log truck up here, so we're gonna have to be creative about it and drag it down. Because I was thinking, I'm like, man, there's so much wood up here, we should just find a way to process it up here. But then I'm like, oh, then how the hell are we gonna get the wood down? That's gonna be a pain in the butt for sure. Oops. Remember, don't squeeze the logs too hard. You want them just so they kind of lift up in the air like that. So squeeze them long enough that they kind of straighten out, especially if you're going down hills. But even going down hills, you'll see the back end of the skidder will lift up because the weights will change. And then, you know, if you get to a plateau where you find yourself lifting, like it'll probably lift about here. See how it lifts the back end up? If you find that happening, just hit L and then L again, just to relock the load, and then it'll keep it at least pointing up high enough that it won't screw up your skidder. So I mean, that's a good technique to not screwing up your load too bad anyway. And then we're just going to kind of keep building our line here like we did last time. That one tree kind of went a little cockeyed there, hey? Maybe we can straighten that one out. There we go, look at that. Like a boss. Perfect. And you might as well back up the hill. I mean, there's no reason why not to, so here we go. Then I was thinking of just like hoe chucking it right off the cliff, and you know, all kinds of ideas came into my mind there, but I think as far as things go, dragging it down the hill is probably the best way. So we're just going to keep doing that for a bit, get some of these big piles off the hill, and hopefully clean her all up. This was kind of our funky pile we built here, so maybe we'll try to get the funky one out of here. This is one I wasn't quite sure about, but the skidder's pretty versatile, so I haven't found anything I haven't really been able to get in some form or another yet. Just gotta line her up, that's the hardest part. There we go. And we'll lock her up and see what happens here. I can tell already that that's going to lift me up here, just because the back end sticks down so much. So just hit L, let it settle, and then hit L again. And now it'll be pointing kind of at a 45-degree angle up, so bringing it down the hill shouldn't be a problem now. Down into the ravine. How does that look from in the cab? Oh, that's pretty neat. Pretty neat, man. Now these ones are kind of cockeyed to the left a little bit, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of come in on a little bit more of a straight angle here. And we'll drop them kind of like here, I guess. Which is kind of off kilter from what we normally do. Oops. And then what I might do is I think I'm gonna drop the blade on that side there, and we'll give him a little bump up here. Oops. Alright. Now you don't want to get too out of hand here, so we're just gonna be really gentle bumping him up. So I kind of want to keep them in sync here. There we go. See, that's a nice little line there. That's good enough. And that's kind of all you really need, is just a little line like that. You can stack them on top of each other or do whatever the heck you want, but when it comes down to it, just a little line like that, Skid. And then we'll drag our butts up the hill again here. Eventually I'm going to have to fuel these things up too, so I'll have to grab some kind of a fuel truck and bring it up here. But we're doing pretty good so far. It definitely made the fuel values a lot higher than what's realistic, but for this game it's nice to be able to have some fun too without worrying about the fuel. This is kind of a small grab. So I say I like to pile them up a little bit higher if I can, but it's all based on where you're bunching and what kind of trees and how far the trees are apart, so you can't always get these big golden nugget piles, I guess you'd call them. There we go. Good enough. And if it lifts us, we just had to tap L. Oh, so lifting a little bit. There we go. Yeah, I got a little piece in there or something. Something's going on. I don't know what that is. So we'll find out when we get to the bottom. Oop. A little bit of a lift there. Not too bad though. For the most part, I'd say we're doing pretty good with these skids here. So this is nice. There we go. Perfect. And we'll bomb back up there and grab some more. We're gonna start seeing some frame rate drops here soon. I imagine we got quite a bit of trees down there. Actually, before we process those, we should probably get rid of the logs that are already down, because we're gonna start seeing, like I said, some definite performance loss here once we start piling up the trees here. It's too bad. I wish you could just mass pile hundreds of thousands of trees without losing any frame rate. I saw Nvidia just did a demo where they're showing off a map where they're pushing around a whole bunch of objects, massive amount of objects, and still getting amazingly good frame rates, like hundreds of thousands of objects interacting with each other at the same time. And I said, oh my god, we need that for Farming Simulator, that'd be perfect. There we go. Locked and loaded. Definitely a good pile of timber. I'm just really glad to have a skidder that I'm actually comfortable with. As you know from many previous videos, I hate skidders. I always did in this game because they were just never good enough to do half the stuff. I mean, look at us now. Look, we're moving like huge content. This is crazy. This is like massive production. And, you know, I'm actually enjoying moving all this stuff with the skidder. Before it was always a hassle, you know, you get halfway there and you'd lose 20% of your trees on the travel over, and it was like, ugh. But like I said, now we're starting to actually get some very nice production here. Bring her up. I don't know how many more piles we got up here. A few for sure, hey? So I know we got one here. We should have probably 2 or 3 over there. Yeah, should be about another 4 or 5 skids up, and we should have her. Oh, look at this crappy little skid, 4 logs, jeez. Alright, well, we'll make it our goal from now on to pile them no less than, like, what? No less than 7 or 8 logs, I think, should be lots in a skid. Because 4 just doesn't really feel worth it. Me and my buddy started playing that game, The Hunter, Call of the Wild last night. And I'll tell you, man, I was inspired by those maps. Holy crap, is that a pretty game. For a hunting game, I was blown away. Like, the maps are just gorgeous. Except, I mean, I've played like the old Cabela's games and, you know, dicked around with those, and I was like, yeah, they're okay, but not definitely far-fetched from being a good hunting game. I mean, even the hunting side of the hunter game there is, it's alright. I mean, it's nothing really super special, but it's definitely a very beautiful, relaxing environment to walk around in while you're hunting things. Especially if you got a buddy, like I said, we were playing co-op with a friend there. And holy cow, that was pretty fun. I enjoyed that quite a bit. Just wandering around the beautiful forest. And it's crazy, some of the environments there are just like photorealistic, eh? Like, they just look amazing. It's almost hard to believe. I wish I could make these maps look like that. And I'm trying, on this next map I'm making, I'm trying to make it even more crazily detailed. This one's nice, like it's very lush and kind of pretty, but it's still not enough. I want more. And I might have to get a little creative to come up with how to do that, but I have faith that I can make something pretty out of it. And there we go. See, that's a good grab. How many trees is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I think 8 to a grapple is probably a good amount. Oh, it's a heavy load though, I'm not gonna lie. Boop. Imagine being the guy in the skidder. Wha-boom! Wha-boom! Just smashing the front end. No thanks. There we go. Look at that. Nice little pile going on here. So let's see how many we can bring down here now. How much time we got? We should have a fair amount of time left, I think, right? What are we at? 12 minutes. Ah, yeah, we're good. We'll easily be able to clean this up and hopefully we can maybe get a truck up here and load up some of those longs. I don't know if we'll have enough time for a whole load or not, but we'll try. Just trying to figure out how many more bunching piles I got here. I think there's 3? 2 or 3? There's one there, one there, one there. Yeah, so 3. Yeah, lock it up and ready to go. I'm sure glad I weighted the skidder a lot more, because holy cow. There's no way I'd be able to pull these. I weighted the skidder more, and I lowered the weight on the trees too, so. But definitely still topsy-turvy though. We're kind of getting into the bushes here with the trees. We've got a good pile of them lined up here, that's for darn sure. That'd actually make a good picture. Sorry, I always have to do this. I wonder if I could take it from like on top of the button top or something if I can get up here. That's not a good spot. Walk through the cab here. Skidding all day, man. See, that one's more of a cool scale picture right there. There we go. Alright, well I'm gonna bump these up, I think, so we got a little more space. Because I can see they're kind of tangled up on each other in here. Let's see here. maybe we can just shimmy them up here a little bit without hopefully damaging the structure too much. Oh, I wonder if there's a stump in there somewhere. Kind of feels like it. Oops. Yep, there's got to be a stump right there somewhere. I don't know where it is, but it's there. Oh well, we'll just go grab the rest of our logs. There's only 2 bunches left anyway, so. Two bunches, might as well just go get them and we'll find a hole for them there. It's definitely a lot of wood to process though. That's why I think it'll be kind of neat once we get that slasher, because you'll be able to grab those logs, throw them on your slasher, and just shoot. But I don't think I'm going to leave a dangle head on the slasher. I think it's going to be a fixed head, whether people like it or not, because I don't think a dangle head is going to cut it. Oh, there's a little bunch of them right there too, hey? Oh, I didn't see that. This might be another couple trips up here, jeez. Long day skidding. This is going to be mostly a skidding video, I guess. That's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, eh? That one tree's kind of all wacky there, but once we get on this drop, it's going to lift us up, and then we can straighten it right out, I think. There we go, right there. There, now we're good. Just had to run out of room to put these trees here, hey? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do something funky here. Hold on, Skidder. I'm gonna move this into the middle, and I'm gonna lay these trees opposite side here. Just to be different. Why not, right? So now we got a nice pile there. We can do that longs, and then maybe we'll just pile these on this side and call them shorts. Why not? Since we're out of room, we might as well have some fun, right? As long as we leave a little hole to escape with the Skidder, we'll be good to go. So, 2 more bunches. Might as well all be shorts, I guess, because we'll pile them up on that one side on the left. Alright. Oh, did we lose that one? Oh, we must have hit that pile when we turned. Oh no. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get the buncher and come over here and fix that, because that's crap. I wonder if I can actually take all of that in one shot. We're gonna find out. Yeah, what I did is I swung that tail end. I swung the tail end of the pile, and it must have clipped that other pile there. That's too bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to maybe drag these over this way a little bit. Oops. That's pretty much a skid right there. I don't think I'll be able to add too much more to that. Stay. Good trees. Yeah, we'll have to make it 2 grabs, I guess. There's no way. That's why you gotta be careful with the way you lay your skids, too, because they can stomp all over each other. So I'll just lay that right there. I can see one kind of funkily hanging upside down here. So I'll slide that out. And drop it in there, and we'll grab this guy. slip it in here. We'll grab this one and slip it over here. Should be able to get that in one grab without having any technical errors. I'll just leave the buncher. Actually, we'll go park the buncher on this side because that's where she's gonna be here. I have to move the skidder. Now we'll take the buncher in this direction. So I'm gonna start cutting over here next. That's my plan. There we go. Ba-da-ba-ba-bum. Cool. You know, I'm almost thinking I might bring the forwarder up here for this. It's just the trees are so nicely spaced out. That'd be kind of fun to do. It's not a really dense block. Usually if you get a really dense block, it's better to have a buncher, then you can just do huge production, but that other one you'd probably be able to do alright as well. Well, it's gonna be our 4-log bunch here. Not what I would call worth it, but whatever, it's gotta be done, you know? Let's see what happens here. Take it right over the dome. Woo! Let's do it first person just for fun. First person. You can see how crazy hard you're hitting everything. Alright, now I need to zoom out so I can see what I'm doing here. Yeah, looks good enough there. That one's kind of bugging me in there. There we go. Alright, back up for our last little bunch. And then, yeah, we'll see what happens. Maybe we'll start forwarding. Now that I've cleaned up that bottom deck from that other forwarder, I might bring it up here. Except I'm not walking that processor all the way up here, so I might just bring our bottom processor up. We'll combine the two logging shows for a couple videos, and maybe we'll cut into a new patch somewhere. Now this one will be a little bit different, because we're kind of at a wacky angle here. That was my own fault for the way I laid it. There we go. Ah, no, yeah, it'll be alright. We got her. I was kind of worried it wasn't going to clear that mountainside when I turned, but no problem. There we go. So now we have a crap ton of trees to process down here, so that's good. That'll be a video's worth of processing right there. And hopefully we can start making this bend here. There we go. Very nice. Look at that, gorgeous. Schwink. And I think the skidder can chill out because I think we're gonna maybe do that forwarding project here next. So we might just park this guy over here. Out of sight, out of mind for a bit. And then this guy is gonna have a whole bunch of work here. Let's see here, 24 minutes. You know, we probably got enough time to maybe clean up what we have going on down here. That guy's ready to be picked up. What's going on? Oh, jeez. It's like, why won't my machine turn? I got the frickin' head locked on it. Alright, so I'm thinking maybe what we'll do is we'll cut out the rest of the, or clean out the rest of that trail. We should be able to do it in one grab here. Clean out our little trail patch here. This is where the buncher should have been, down here. Would have made some good money cleaning up this. Alright. There we go. Oh, I thought I got that bottom one. Darn it. Oh well, can't win them all, right? So everything seems a lot slower on this machine. I know, I guarantee it is slower, but it just feels kind of weird. I think it's just because I go from using like a big machine with a big boom to this little guy, and it's like, what the hell? Feels a little weird. So this video might run a little extra long, because I'm going to finish cleaning up this block, or this little stint of land here. Just so it's done, so in the next video, we can bring the forwarder up there, and just clean it all up. But luckily we've sorted all the tops now, so this should be easy pickings here in this stuff. And we're on a downward slant here, so this should be kind of fun loading. Whatever, we'll get these three and then we'll get those three, I guess. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oops. Camo. There we go. Bloop. Drop her right in there. Alright, let's see here. Can we pull ahead? Yes, we can. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, like I said, I just wanted to get this stuff cleaned up so that it's all done. Now we could come down here with that little chipper, or we should anyway, and clean up our mess. Get rid of these little parts and pieces laying around. And then once this is all cleaned up, like I said, we'll bring this forwarder. I'll just drive this forwarder up the mountain there. And then we'll take that processor that's already on site. Well, we're gonna have to process all that wood first, though. That's a fact for sure. And then after we process all that wood, we'll bring it up the hill, and then we'll combine our forwarder project with our big logging show project here. And that'll be pretty cool. And then maybe, just maybe, if all goes well, I'll have some other new machines coming here soon. Problem with it, some of my other machines is I have them kind of the idea in place, and I know kind of how I want to do it. I just haven't started on it yet, so I'm a little behind on the times. But we're getting there. One step at a time, we're getting there. And of course, this video is probably not coming out till like the end of April, so most of the stuff I'm talking about will probably be done by then. Oh, jeez. Settle, trailer, settle. I think this is the end of our wood here too. That one tree is just gonna bug me. I can tell already. There we go. Ah, I like it better when it all settles. Sigh of relief. And this is it. This is our last bundle right here, I think. And then all the rest is just garbage wood, so I'm not worried about it. Clean up scrap waste. Just unlock that for a second while we drop all this in here. I'm gonna have to bring a loader or something over to that site where those shorts are one day too. Clean that all up. I could just leave them there though, it's just an extra project. We'll call it our summer decked wood. Alright, so now I should probably straighten this out a little more so that we don't hit it. So now we can just crawl our butts out of here hopefully, and quick and painless like. And like I said, I should probably come down here and clean up all these tops and leftover garbage. Because they just don't load very well, they just make a mess. There we go. Alright. So we're going to quickly unload this trailer into a pile over here, and then that'll be the end of this video. I just got to figure out where to pile it. I think we got 3 piles in here already. So I'll have to find a new home for it here. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to lay it right here. That's what I'm going to do. We're going to go kerplunko right hero. Right against these nice trees here. It's just kind of being weird, so we're going to go like this. There we go. It's okay if it's got a little zag in it. Like I said, once I get here with a grapple loader, the arms are so big on it, it's not going to matter anyway. I'll just be able to go in there and just whoop, clean it all up. Quick and painless. I definitely like these 6-meter logs. I don't know, they just seem to settle a lot nicer and they work a lot better. The little 5s and 5s and a halves were just, I don't know, they're just a little too small for my liking. But I mean, everybody's got their sizes that they like and don't like, so you can do whatever you want. Oop. I wonder if I can reach that side there to just kind of suck this pile in here a little bit. So it doesn't have to be perfect, but I like to at least try to keep it sort of even here, so that it's a little less BS to deal with. Less BS is good BS. Remember that. Right about there. Nice. Very nice. I wonder if I should pile it against that tree there. I think it's gonna go cockeyed here, that's what's gonna happen. Oh, that's not too bad. These two are kind of being crazy though. Oops. They're a little too close to get that one there. Can't get it, you're too close. Which way do I got turned this way? You get creative with this head when you get too close, you can't see what you're doing. Creative head. There we go. Good enough, and then I should be able to plunk these 3 on top of those, and that'll be the end of it. That's the end of our little forwarding project. Now one day we just gotta come over here and clean it all up. Oop. There we go. Alright, excellent. Let's move this guy out of here first. Let's park it right here, in the middle of the road. So there you go, 3 big short piles. That'll be probably about a bunk each. So I'll bring the 3 bunker down here one day and clean that up. We're definitely at the end of the video, so I will talk to you guys on the next one. See ya!